Hey y'all, welcome back to my live show. Hey Renee, I'm super excited to be back. So y'all know that last week I was in my brand to sales masterclass, and so that was a really nice experience. Thank you guys for all of you that came and you hung out with me and you engaged and you asked questions and you made your comments. Thank you so much. I'll be emailing you in just a little while. So today I'm back on track with my normal Thursday broadcast, and today I want to talk about 6 steps to building brand authority. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Shanta Prince, and I work with mostly women entrepreneurs. I work with a few gentlemen too, but I work mostly with women entrepreneurs, and I teach them how to build a brand around their gifts and their expertise. I show them how to sell their knowledge so they can be profitable. I teach them how to create high ticket offers and any other kind of offers for that matter. And then I teach them how to build an influential online brand so that they can pave the way to consistent sales. So, a part of what I teach and a part of what I help my clients to do, it has a lot to do with building brand authority. And basically, what brand authority is, when you have authority, you have the power to influence. So, we talked about that a little bit during the brand to sales masterclass. Today, we're going to go more into detail about what it actually takes to start building brand authority. And the reason why authority is so important is because when you have authority, then you can close more sales. And so, everything that you do with your brand and with your business should point to ultimately to the sale. Yes, you want to build relationships, you want to connect with people, you want to be authentic and have real relationships, not just with your audience, the people in your audience, but with your clients as well, past, current clients. All of those relationships go into you being able to build a thriving business. And what I've learned is, as an introvert, I'm one of those people who I'm like, I can be kind of, to myself and standoffish, but I've learned how to build a really nice business as an introvert, and you really can do it. You really can have an awesome business as an introvert. So if you're an introvert and you're watching, just know that you absolutely can do this. And I'm not just like I don't just go around like saying I'm an introvert. Like I really am like a hardcore introvert, and a lot of people don't believe that when I say that because they see me talking and I do, if I'm on stage, if I'm doing a presentation and things like that. Well, the thing is, some people get introvert mixed up with being shy. Okay. So I'm not shy, but I do need my quiet time. I do need my alone time. And if I don't get my alone time, I start to unravel. Like literally, I start to unravel. So but yeah, you can absolutely build an awesome business as an introvert. As a matter of fact, I feel like introverts, you have a lot of qualities that you can lean into and build a thriving online business. So when we talk about brand authority, what authority really is the power to influence. And when you're selling and when you're presenting, you want people to be tuned into what you have to say. Well, that is rooted in your influence. And when you ask for things, like if you ask for a referral, if you ask, ask them to sign up for something, or if you invite them to something, that's rooted in your authority. They're showing up because they see you as an authority and they want to hear what you have to say. And that comes with a little bit of work, even though it's not as difficult as building authority is not as difficult as it may seem, but you still have to put the work in to show up and be received as an authority. So let's talk about the first step. So step number one to building brand authority is having brand clarity. And what I mean by brand clarity is just having a clear place for you to start. Now, I don't think that you have to know everything before you get started, but I do think you need a place to start. You need a place to put your anchor down and say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, right? But guess what? Look, I was on the ship. I lived on board warships. You can pull that anchor up at any time and move. So you're not stuck in that situation. So but the thing is, you got to have a place to start so that you can get clarity about where you're going. A lot of times you'll get into something and you'll start moving and then you'll start to pivot. You'll start to make changes because you understand from doing it that it's like, oh, you know what? I was going to go this way, but I feel like I need to go this way, right? But some of that never comes unless you get into action. One of my clients was just talking about this. We were messaging back and forth about this, and she said, you were right. Once you get into it, then you get more clarity, right? So when I say brand clarity, it doesn't mean you have to know every single thing about where you're going and what you're doing. You just need to know where you're starting, right? And I know you probably heard this and seen this quote about, just focus on one step at a time. If you have a whole staircase in front of you, just focus on one step at a time. And so that's what I'm saying when it comes to brand clarity. Focus on one thing at a time. You make up your mind, you make a decision to say, okay, this is where I'm going, this is where I'm going to start. And as you get into it, you will know what to do next. You will start to see, oh, I need to do this. So for example, I did what when I the capacity that I like to work with clients in was like mostly in courses, well, customers, mostly like in courses or like workshops and in-person events and things like that. I kind of ran away from coaching for a long time because I'm an introvert. So I didn't really want to do like the group coaching or the one-on-one coaching. And I still don't really do one-on-one coaching unless it has to be a special circumstance. And so I stayed away from that for a very long time. Um, I just was, it just what I just felt like this thing is just not for me. But what happened when I would do my courses and my in-person events, but things really started to change the more I started to work up close with people. So I started working with clients in a more up close and personal basis. And I started to realize, I'm like, you know what? Like, I didn't know people needed help with creating offers. So, that was something that I didn't discover until I actually started working with people. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, wow, like people don't need help with this. Like everybody knows how to put an offer together. Everybody knows how to do this. Um, and that's a sign right there. What are you seeing as so easy to you, but other people struggle with? What comes easy to you that other people struggle with, right? That's a sign that it could be something that people will pay you for. But anyway, as I'm working with people, I started to realize, wait a minute, like people really need help with, they've got the expertise, they just need help with packaging it so they can sell it. And so where my gift comes in is I can see your gifts and your passion, and I can help you put it out into the world in a way that makes it sellable. Because everything is not sellable. If you have an idea, that idea has to go through some processing and some structuring to make it sellable. So some people they get an idea, they just throw it out there and then it doesn't sell because it's not packaged to sell. It's just like a house. Like when you if you've ever sold a house before, or if you ever purchased a house or went to look at a house to buy, you know that there are certain things that you put in place when you're getting ready to sell a house. I used to be a real estate agent. One of the things that I did that I got into when I got out of the Navy was real estate. I just felt like, you know what, people have been telling me what to do, when to do, and how to do it for the last 10 years. Whatever I do next is going to be like me deciding for myself what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. And so I went into real estate because I didn't want to have a boss. So I went into real estate, and so when we would go to look at a house for someone that wanted to put their house on the market, we would look for certain things. And so one of the things, for example, is that we would encourage people to take their pictures down. And the reason why we would encourage them to do that, I mean, it's of course, it's still their decision to do it or not. But we would encourage them to take down their personal, like family pictures and things like that. And the reason why is because when someone is coming through your house looking to buy it, you want them to be able to see themselves in the house, right? If they got a wedding picture, if somebody's coming to buy my house that my husband and I have together, if they see our wedding picture over the fireplace, that's going to be hard for them to be able to see themselves in this house if our picture is over the fireplace. So y'all get what I'm saying, right? So when you're selling a house, there's certain things they want you to do to make that house sellable. You may have to do put a little paint on the walls. You may have to plant a few flowers or put some mulch or something down to increase the curb appeal. But all of that is in the packaging, right? So you're getting this house ready, you're packaging this house so that it can sell. It's the same way, you guys, with your programs and your offers. You have to package it so that it can sell. And so brand authority, when it comes down to building brand authority, that is you putting each brick in place one by one so that you can pave the way to make sales so much easier for yourself. Your brand is like a force that drives your business. Okay. Your brand is a force that drives your business. And a lot of people struggle to sell because they don't have any brand power. The sale comes easier when you have brand authority, when you focus on building brand authority. So number one, getting brand clarity, getting a clear place to start, and then as you grow, you will develop and understand more things. What most people do is they choose to just not do anything because they don't really know where to start or what to do. So I'm always encouraging people to get started, get it moving so that you can figure out what you got to do next, right? You're going to know what you need to do next once you get into it. And then the second step in building brand authority is to start gathering your audience. Okay. You want to gather your audience because you need a place to download your ideas, your voice, your principles. You need a place to connect with your audience. This is important. So, one of the things that I'm constantly talking about with my clients is creating an email list. So, that's one place where you can share your views and share your offers and share your launches, whatever you have going on. You can share that with your audience. So, an email list is just one thing that you can have in place, and an email list is actually pretty easy to set up. Once you get it set up, it's just like emailing a friend, right? It's just like if you wanted to email your friends and invite them somewhere, you pretty much do the same thing with your email list. It's not, yeah, I know it seems really complicated. And for some people, it can be intimidating, but I promise you a lot of these email lists, they have lots of instructional videos and things like that to help you put those things in place. And it's also something that I just recently helped my clients with getting their email list in place. So the next thing is once you start gathering your audience, and you can do this in several ways. One of the ways that I talk to my clients about also is having a Facebook community. It's not for everybody. Having a Facebook community is not for everybody. And that's not the only way, but it's a very easy way if you work it the right way. You got to know what you're doing and it doesn't have to be a big group either. You don't need 50,000 people in your group, right? To be able to make a nice income. It doesn't have to be a big group. You just have to work it the right way. So think about where you're going to gather your audience. Do you have your email list set up? And if you don't, when are you going to get that email list set up? And then do you want to have a online community, or do you want to gather what platforms are you going to use to gather your audience? But as you know from if you were in the Brand to Sales Masterclass class last week, you know how I talk about moving your audience from your social media platforms to your email list, because you do own your email list. You don't own the social media platforms, but you do own your email list. So think about where you're going to gather your audience. To build authority, you need a place where your audience is gathering, right? Your platform, your brand platform is literally like you standing on a stage. But of course, you may stand on some literal stages, but it's a virtual stage. Your platform is a virtual stage where you can stand and deliver your message, right? So your email list, your Facebook community, your LinkedIn profile, your Instagram profile, whatever you're using is a place where you can share your ideas, your views, your principles, and connect with your audience. So moving on to number 3, the third step to building brand authority is to create relevant content. So this is kind of like, so you guys, so those of you who are in a brand to sales masterclass, you're getting kind of like a continuous, because some of this stuff that we talked about last week. But you want to create relevant content because number one, success leaves clues, right? When we're looking at someone and we're seeing them as successful, a lot of times we're looking the buyer. I'm saying like from the buyer's view, the buyer standpoint. We're looking at things that you may not think that we're looking at. Some people think, oh, I need a nice website. I need to make sure I put all of my degrees on my wall, and I need to make sure I do this. And a lot of times, you guys, that's not necessarily what your ideal clients are looking for. Okay. They're looking for what kind of information you're putting out there. What's your personality like? Have you helped people to get results? And even if you haven't helped people to get results yet, there's still some ways to build authority without having helped people get results yet. And this is something that I help my clients with. It's all in the positioning. It's how you position yourself. So when you create relevant content, the content serves as a way for people to go. Someone just went through some of my old content a few days ago, and they were scrolling through and they were liking and commenting, which was awesome because now I know that they're looking into my brand and my principles and how I teach. And that person may be considering working with me, right? So they've got something that they can go and look at, something to refer back to. And so your content serves as a way to nurture your audience. Okay. Nurture just means to provide value, but it also is a great starting point for people who are considering working with you. I had a client who she came to me and she asked me, she said, well, do you have any videos or anything that I can watch? And I was like, absolutely. So I sent her some videos to watch because she was considering working with me. But being that I have a long track record and I have plenty of videos that I can share with her, I was able to go and pull some videos for her to watch. And she ended up becoming a client. So your content can serve so many purposes. But the main thing that the main thing that's so important when it comes to creating content on a regular basis is that you can use your content to drive sales. So you've got to get on a consistent consistent schedule for creating your content. Doesn't have to be 20 times a day, but you need a schedule to keep yourself consistent. So you're putting out content on a regular basis, not to the point where it's burning you out and exhausting you, but I feel like content creation should be fun. You should enjoy it, y'all. Like it's not something to stress out over. It's not something to, to sit down and for hours and agonize over, well, should I put this paragraph first or should I say this first or how should I say this? Content should be fun, you guys. You should be enjoying putting this content out and serving your audience. Okay. So number one, getting brand clarity, having a clear place to start. Number two, start gathering your audience so that you can build your brand platform so you have a place to share your voice and connect with your audience. And then number three, creating relevant content to nurture that audience, right? Once you start gathering your audience, you need to have relevant content to nurture them. It's just like if I came to your house and look, I like to eat, right? Believe it or not, I love food. So if I come to your house and if you got me there, right? You got your place. You got the place where you're gathering your people, right? So if I come to your house, that's like the place where you gather your people. And then the next thing is I'm probably gonna be looking for something to eat, right? So I'm gonna be looking to be nurtured, right? Where's the nurturing in this place, right? Where's the food, right? So that's what like nurturing. I want you to get that idea of like once you gather people and then you share content with them, that's nurturing your people. It's like giving them some great food to eat. If you give me some good food to eat, you might have to kick me out. Either that or you might have to send me home with with a big container of food. Now I cook, I cook pretty good myself, but sometimes I don't want to cook. I want somebody to cook for me, right? So nurturing your audience is giving them value. And it's just like giving somebody an amazing meal to eat. So if you see it that way, you will to have a different approach to serving your audience and providing them with great content. And then after you start doing that, the next thing you want to do, number four, is start increasing your visibility. Because last week in the Brand and Sales Masterclass, I talked to you about how it's hard to sell to the same people over and over and over again. You've got to constantly be bringing new people into your brand platform so you can have new leads and new clients, new people to share content with, new people to market to, new people to connect with on a regular basis. So regularly, you should be having new people coming into your brand platform. And then number five, you want to make offers. You got to make offers. You got to have something to sell. Tomorrow night, I'm teaching a class on how to create your offer. So we'll be walking step by step through how to put your offer together. You got to make offers. Your offers are part of your brand, right? So what happens is what I've seen some people do, and I've done this myself. I had all the branding stuff together, right? All the pretty graphics, the colors, the website, all the things. But I wasn't making any offers and I wasn't making any money, right? But the reason why I wasn't making offers is because I really didn't know how to sell. So that's why I invested a lot of time and money in really understanding how to sell. And I focus on this with my clients as well, because what I'm seeing in the market is that a lot of people don't know how to sell. It's like they're amazing at what they do, but when it comes to selling, there's a struggle there. And that's okay, because listen, we all are great at what we do. We all can't be great at all the things, right? There's some things that I need help with too, right? When it comes to certain things with my business. However, selling is so important, you guys, because that's the lifeline of your business. You could have all the branding stuff in place and still not be making any money if you don't know how to sell. So you got to make offers. Your offer is an extension of your brand, but it's where the rubber meets the road. The offer is how the clients come in to your business and they work with you. They come into your platform and they work with you on a deeper level. But getting clients makes a world of a difference for your brand, because that's how you start getting results, is by working with people. And then the more results you get, then the more clients will start coming to you, because when people are getting results, guess what they do? They refer you, they talk about you, they bring other people to you, right? And then another thing too with helping clients to get results is that you can use that with your new clients and show them, hey, this is what I've been able to accomplish with some of my clients who are just like you, who are in the same position that you are right now. And that sells too. Your results, your testimonials, those help to sell as well. So that's a part of your, that goes into a part of your brand authority. And then finally, after you start gathering your audience, creating content, increasing your visibility, making offers, you're going to have some income start coming in. And then when you do that, you want to focus on refining your sales process. You want to refine your sales process because you need to know how your clients are coming, where your clients coming from. If you have a nice sales process in place, you can literally say, you know what, I got 3 people who should be closing this week. I got 3 people, new clients who should be closing and joining my program this week. But the way that you would know that is by having a sales process in place. So you want to focus on refining it, seeing what's working, what's not working, do more of what's working and less of what's not working. But you want to have a sales process in place so that you know exactly how you're going to get your clients. Now, for different people, the sales process may be different. My sales process may be different from the person who may be sitting next to me somewhere. Their process may be totally different from mine. And so that's what you see in the marketplace. You usually see like a battle going on with people saying, "Oh, this is the way you can get clients, or you can get clients this way, or you don't have to use that. You can get clients this way." You guys, the truth is, all of them work, right? They all work. There's so many different ways to get clients, but you have to find the way that fits your personality, that fits your brand, that works with your audience. And so my recommendation will be to find somebody who's doing it the way you want to do it and go all in. Go all in. Learn what they teach and go all in. So that way you're not doing what I did and spending years and years and years stuck because you're trying all of the different methods, right? So, but the good thing is that it's made me very well rounded. Like I can teach you how to sell in a webinar. I can teach you how to sell in the challenge. I can teach you how to sell in the DMs. I can teach you how to sell in the funnel because of all of all of the experience that I have. And I've been successful in all of those. And my clients have been successful in the methods that they use and stick to as well. So you got to find the method that's working for you and stick to that. So refining your sales process, and this is going to be something that's going to be a constant thing. It's going to be constantly ongoing. You're always going to be looking and saying, how can I do this differently? And then when things happen in the market, you may be shifting your sales process as well. So for example, when COVID started, actually, you guys, I think I said this before to you guys, but my business brought in the most income that it ever during COVID. So up to that point, you know, things were, COVID definitely made things a lot different. And I think a lot of it was because people were starting to realize, wait a minute, you know what? I cannot depend on having a job because my job could be going at any minute. So a lot of people were thinking, you know what? I need to do something else. I need to have something else to come alongside my job. So let me spend the last disposable income that I have. Let me invest that in learning how to do something that's going to make me money. But there were a lot of things that were happening with COVID that made people say, you know what? I need to make some changes. So a lot of people, not just people that teach business, but a lot of people who shared any kind of information online were thriving if they were working, right? If you were in the fitness space, people want to get fit because they're like, I'm stuck in the house at my computer. I got to move my body. I'm not, driving up and down the highway to get back to work anymore. I'm not leaving the office to go get lunch. I'm like in the house all day. So I need something to stay fit. I remember going to the store, you guys, during COVID, and I couldn't find any dumbbells anywhere. Like every single store was cleaned out because people were at home and they wanted to find a way to stay fit. So a lot of different businesses really soared during that time because the market had changed. And so during that time, you may have shifted or needed a change in your sales process because now it's like, okay, well, people are at home now, so I can do things a little bit differently now because people are home. So for example, in the summertime, if I do any events, I normally try to keep them short because I know that people are traveling, people are on summer break. Nobody has time to sit in front of the computer for three hours a day, right? People want to be on the beach. I want to be on the beach too, right? So I tend to shorten things, but I said all that to say that when you have a solid sales process, it's easier to move things around, because when you understand how each component of your sales process works and what it's doing for your business, then you will know how to pivot when something happens. You'll know what to move, what to shift and change so that you can adapt to the market. All right, you guys. So we talked about 6 steps to building brand authority. We talked about number one, getting brand clarity. Number two, gathering your audience. Number three was creating relevant content on a consistent basis. Number four was increasing your visibility. Number five is making offers, because you got to get those sales. And then number six was refining your sales process. Now, for those of you, if you were in the brand sales masterclass, you still have time to sign up for our session tomorrow night, where I'm going to be walking you step by step through creating how to create your offer. And I'm also going to show you how to use ChatGPT. If you want to get the link for that, go ahead and just shoot me a message on Facebook. You could email me, send me a message on Facebook or LinkedIn, wherever you're watching me from. You could go ahead and send me a message, and I'll send you the link to grab your spot. And then after that, we'll be talking about some more opportunities. I have some exciting opportunities for us to work together coming up. So I'll be talking about those in the very near future. In the meantime, you guys, I will be back here next Thursday at the same time in the same place. Hope you have a beautiful Thursday and a great weekend. And I'll be seeing you again soon.